Hello, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's well. We are, another wettish week. No planting since Wednesday, but lots of things going on. Just behind me, we've had a few people asking, a few people messaging about how are the first potatoes we planted in the tunnels doing. This is one of the first ones we did for the organic potatoes. These were planted back on the 23rd of December. As you can see now, all emerging nicely. Kind of about full emergence. There's a few just smaller ones there just poking through, but most of them now are getting kind of to the early, fully up, getting kind of. But you'll also see, just to prove they are organic, there is lots of little weeds starting to appear, and it's really important that we get these out. These have just had a little bit of water from the overhead irrigation. Peter's put the water on, comes out of there. That's what we find with the organic. We try and do that before the leaves and the potatoes get too big, where there's no blight control. Blight is the biggest problem you can get, the biggest disease worry with potatoes, and it's a disease which can affect, a fungal disease that affects the leaves of the potato and can cause complete crop failure. If you've got a conventional crop, we can use kind of sprays or protection products, so we can apply a spray to the leaf of the potato and it helps fight off the spores that the blight brings. With the organic we can't do that, so we try and get the water on now. You'll see the soil, plenty of moisture there now. These now hopefully will not be watered again. Well, they won't be watered now until we're certain there's going to be some sort of crop available, so we'll wait till there's around, the tubers are probably, the potatoes should be all covering nicely and we should have tubers kind of that size, and then we know that even if we water them and did increase the risk of blight and they got blight, we would still get some crop from the tunnels. Some years though we get blight before that and it can be complete, basically we get no yield at all from these tunnels, but that's the risk we take when we grow these organic royals, and fingers crossed hopefully it won't happen this year. But yeah, they're all coming up nicely. We've now got to be really worried or keep an eye on the temperatures and the nighttime temperatures. Now all these potatoes are out the ground, the risk of them being frozen from the frost is quite high. These tunnels up here in the middle of the island, they will cope with the temperatures to down about 0. Anything lower than that, or even kind of 0 degrees, we can put fleece on. So we'll basically put fleece, just cover the ridges, cover the potatoes, and that just gives them a bit of extra protection to hopefully ensure they survive. But yeah, so far pleased with how they're looking. This week, maybe end of the week, early next week, probably end of this week actually, because it looks like it's going dry again, so we're going to be busy planting potatoes outside. We'll come along and we'll re-ridge them. You'll see the picture, I might even put a clip up just a minute ago, of how when we planted them and we ridged them up. We'll basically come along and we work all this soil, and you can see the weeds are so small and so young at the moment. All it takes is a gentle pass. We'll re-ridge them up. We were not too fast if we actually cover back over the earlier potatoes that have been emerged. They'll grow through it, but it'll leave us with a nice clean ridge that then hopefully the potatoes, the temperature's going to be warming up, fingers crossed. The haulm will grow away and the canopy of the potatoes will cover, and we'll get the weed should not have any light getting to them, so the potatoes will win the race between the weed and the potato. Hopefully the potato wins. So yeah, that'll be done end of this week, and yeah, keep you updated, because they should now start growing quite quickly. If we get some sunny days, it warms up quite quickly in here, so yeah, they should start, hopefully, good start. Today we'll show you a bit more. We've just been finishing off laying the last few fields of the polythene, the plastic. It got a bit wet on Wednesday or Thursday, the wind was too high, so we had a few fields to finish off. So I'll show you a few clips of that, and I'll also show you, for anyone, we've got quite a few new subscribers recently. If you're not sure who we are, what we do, there's a little clip of a video that Genuine Jersey did for us nearly a year and a half ago now, 2 years ago. Just show you a few minutes of that, gives a bit of an overview of what we are, who our family are, kind of what we've done, history of how we farm and things like that. So a bit interesting, it just saves me waffling on. It's probably a much nicer video than just looking at my face, so we'll show you a bit of that as well. But enjoy it and speak to you at the end of the video. Hi, I'm Phil LeMH and I'm from Master Farms. We're a mixed family farm. We've got my uncle and my dad who are on the farm, my cousin Matt and myself. We're a mixed farm, so we've got Jersey cows. We supply all our milk to Jersey Dairy and all the different products there. And then we also grow a variety of local vegetables, the main one being Jersey raw potatoes, along with cauliflowers, which we supply to the local market in the winter. And we've got tomatoes, courgettes, broad beans, asparagus as well. And then we've just started doing a few kind of things like pumpkins in the autumn and Christmas trees in the wintertime, so lots of variety. So we've been producing for, well, I think I'm now the 7th generation of farmer on part of the family farm. So yeah, we had me and my cousin, and as long as I can remember, my grandparents have been growing vegetables and had cows, so a very long time. So we can find the products a variety of places. All our milk goes to Jersey Dairy, so that's all the different shops throughout the island and even further afield now. Our vegetables can be found in most local supermarkets and shops, and we also supply to home fields, as well as our honesty boxes, which are located in Trinity, Rouville and St Bernard's. We've really tried to expand the produce we're putting into the local market the last 5 years. We're really keen to get the public engaged and see what genuine Jersey products can be available and if people are keen to buy them. And through the honesty boxes especially, I think people coming alongside to the hut and seeing a field alongside growing your tomatoes or your Jersey Royals or your sweet corn makes a big difference. Especially the younger generations, I think they'll see that what we can produce in Jersey and they don't need to buy it in from the UK, and educating the young people of Jersey going forward, I suppose. So the guys, they are here. This is the process that I haven't actually shown yet, but this is the actual laying of the plastic. You'll see this is where we first planted. These are the coatees, the very steep slopes. Give an update, they're just poking through. These are planted back in December. There's the odd one, can't see it now, but we'll look at these a bit more next week. They're just coming through. This is though, we saw the plastic being pulled out. This is stuff we planted back on Tuesday. And how it works is, they say these plastics, they're 12 metres wide. The slits have been made already down here with the machine. It's actually pretty wet today, it's mud. We haven't done anything since Tuesday, I think. We're managing to get these sheeted. This is our last field to get everything caught up to be sheeted. So they work in kind of teams of eight people per kind of gang laying the polythene, and they have their spade and they put it down into the slit that's being made there. What they come and do first is they pull the plastic out, open it up, and it's a skillful job, it's not as easy as it looks. They pull it and they make sure it's all straight, and that's the key to making sure the plastic is laid out properly. And if you can see, if we look down there, you can vaguely see, it's quite hard to see, well it's not, you can see there, the lines of the plastic are straight with the lines of the ridges of the potatoes, and that is the crucial thing if you want the plastic to stay down. Keeping it back dead on straight, that's very important. So they pull the plastic out like they've done, that's then seeing roughly where it goes. This is quite a small field, but even in a big field, if it's longer, they'll pull the whole plastic out first, line it all up straight, and then they're able then to start going and tucking it all in. And then there's usually a couple of spades and they'll start pushing it, pull it tight, pull all the slack out of it, and then basically start pushing it into the ground. So you'll see over here, that's what some of our young stuff over there are getting quite excited by seeing all the activity. This is what the sheeting looks like before it's been opened up. So that's what that one would look like a minute ago. It looks like that. It's then opened up, and then it will be covering all of this area here. and they then work their way along and go up and down. And that's what's so important, is that it stays, when you're pushing it into the ground, they stay parallel with each other. Usually the holes in the ground will be much more open, but it's had a lot of rain on it, probably nearly like 35 mil of rain since we planted this, so that's why it's they're a bit smaller. But that's the finished one, all nice and tight, and this will then stay on for about 4 weeks, usually 4 to 6 weeks, depends on time of the year, and then we'll come along, we have to pull it out, and we've got a machine that wraps it all up. That's what they then do, come along and push the plastic into the slot in the ground, and you can see it's nice and tight, and that's the crucial thing, that when it gets kept tight it doesn't then blow off. Occasionally it does blow off. If we'd have had winds like you had in the UK yesterday, 100 mile an hour, it probably would have come off. But this will stay now, it'll stay nice and tight. We can, when it gets taken off, like these new sheets, these are new sheets this year, this will be reused and rewrapped and used for like the short or the smaller bits next year, and anything we don't use gets sent to a recycling factory in the UK, and it gets made into plastics or something, so we send it all off island and it gets recycled. It doesn't just get chucked away and not used again, because I sometimes get comments about people saying that, you know, why we're still using plastic. You know, we use plastic because it enables us to get an early potato, and that's what that helps us. We don't cover the whole of our crop, we just cover the crop between January and the middle of February. Gradually as the soils warm up, and it's down to also when the potatoes emerge. So at the moment you can see no potatoes are in these ridges. Once they start emerging, these potatoes are going to be coming up kind of probably around the third week of February. It can still be quite cold then, so the plastic keeps the ground a little bit warmer and protects the shoots from being killed off in the frost, so that's why we use it. And I say we try and reuse as much as possible, and anything we don't get used goes to the factory, and it's the factory that actually makes some of the plastic products we use, so it's kind of like a full circle, and it all gets used up. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed today's video. Not much tractor or machinery action, just been a bit wetter, just been catching up with random jobs. Just out looking, trying to plan where we're going to be planting next. Probably near Al Dairy, that's where we are now. Sorry for the wind. These are grazing lays, they've been down now for a few years, 3 years actually. Grass clover lays that have been grazed. These will probably be our next ones we go to. They are very light soil, just need a day of dry weather and they'll plough up nice and dry. So this is where we'll be coming probably Thursday, it looks like, end of the week. So see you all for our next video on Wednesday.